Welcome to Module 3, Integrated Skills Approach, How? In the videos of the previous module, Module 2, we have talked about what integrated skill approach is and why we should integrate skills in a language lesson. Today, we are going to talk about different models of integrating skills. We can integrate skills in different ways. The simplest and most basic way of integration is within the same medium, either oral or written, from receptive to productive skills. In other words, we would use a listening text as a model for the student speaking and a reading text as a model for the students writing. This is common practice among teachers, and we call it simple integration. The information that students get from the reading is useful in the oral activity, while the writing activity is based on information from the oral activity. The second way of integrating skills is through content-based instruction, or CBI. This is more complex than the first way. The focus of a CBI lesson is on the topic or subject matter. During the lesson, students are focused on learning about something. This could be anything that interests them, from a serious science subject to the favorite pop star, or even a topical news story or film. They learn about this subject using the language they are trying to learn, rather than their native language, as a tool for developing knowledge. Therefore, they can develop their linguistic ability in the target language. This is thought to be a more natural way of developing language ability, and one that corresponds more to the way we originally learned our first language. Content-based language instruction is valuable at all levels of proficiency, but the nature of the content might differ by proficiency level. For beginners, the content often involves basic social and interpersonal communication skills, but past the beginning level, the content can become increasingly academic and complex. According to Scarsella and Oxford 1992, at least 3 general models of content-based language instruction exist: theme-based, adjunct, and sheltered. The most useful and widespread form of content-based instruction is the theme-based model. It integrates the language skills into the study of a theme. For example, history, natural wonders of the world, family, etc. The theme must be very interesting to students and must allow a wide variety of language skills to be practiced. In the adjunct model, language and content courses are taught separately but are carefully coordinated. In the shelter model, the subject matter is taught in simplified English tailored to students' English proficiency level. MET 1999 put forward a content-based instruction continuum with total immersion and languages classes with different use of content at the two ends. We will distinguish them in more details in modules about CBI. The third model of integrating skills is task-based learning. In task-based learning, the central focus of the lesson is the task itself, not a grammar point or a lexical area. And the objective is not to learn the structure, but to complete the task. Of course, to complete the task successfully, students have to use the right language and communicate their ideas. The language therefore becomes an instrument of communication. Its purpose is to help complete the task successfully. The students can use any language they need to reach their objective. Usually, there is no correct answer for a task outcome. Students decide on their own way of completing it, using the language they see fit. In task-based learning, basic pair work and group work are often used to increase students' interaction and collaboration. For instance, students work together to write and edit a class newspaper, develop a television commercial, enact scenes from a play, or take part in other joint tasks. More structured cooperative learning formats can also be used in task-based learning. Task-based learning is relevant to all levels of language proficiency, but the nature of the task varies from one level to another. Tasks become increasingly complex at higher proficiency levels. For instance, beginners might be asked to introduce each other and share one item of information about each other. More advanced students might do more intricate and demanding tasks, such as taking a public opinion poll at school, the university, or a shopping mall. Different teachers use TBL in different ways. Some integrate it into the existing syllabus, some use it to replace the syllabus altogether. Some use it as an extra to their traditional classroom activity. The last model of integrating skills is project-based learning, or PBL. The PBL approach takes learner centeredness to a higher level. It shares many aspects with TBL, but if anything, it is even more ambitious. Whereas TBL makes a task the central focus of a lesson, PBL often makes a task the focus of the whole term or academic year. Again, as with TBL, different teachers approach project work in different ways. Some use it as the basis for a whole year's work, others dedicate a certain amount of time alongside the syllabus. Some use projects only on short courses or intensive. Others try to get the school to base their whole curriculums on it. There are generally considered to be 4 elements which are common to all project-based activities or classes or courses. 1. A central topic from which all activities derive and which drives the project toward a final objective. 2. Access to means of investigation. The Internet has made this part of project work much easier to collect, analyze, and use information. 3. Plenty of opportunities for sharing ideas, collaborating, and communicating. Interaction with other learners is fundamental to PBL. 4. A final product, often produced using new technologies available to us, in the form of posters, presentations, reports, videos, web pages, blogs, and so on. The role of the teacher and the learner in the PBL approach is very similar to the TBL approach. Learners are given freedom to go about solving problems or sharing information in the way they see fit. The teacher monitors and facilitates, set up frameworks for communication, provides access to information, and helps with language where necessary. He or she also gives students opportunities to produce a final product or presentation. As with TBL, the teacher monitors interaction but doesn't interrupt, dealing with language problems at another moment. Now let's have a look at a lesson taken from the new V01 textbook for grade 6 students. Which model of integration does the lesson follow? What are the skills integrated? You have 1 minute to think and give the answers. Have you got the answers? Here is a suggestion. As can be seen, in this lesson, the 2 main skills, reading and speaking, are integrated. The reading part forms a foundation for the speaking part. In other words, this lesson follows the basic or simple integration. That's the end of our video. In this video, we have discussed different models of integrating skills in the language classroom. We hope that the information we have provided is useful for you. For more information and practice, go back to read or go to discuss. Thank you for your attention.